everybody, welcome to This Evening with Nikki. Today I'm going to talk to you about the 8 toxic things that some parents say to their children. But first, don't forget to like and share our program and also download the Togetherness Media app. So the first thing that a lot of parents say to their children, which can be very toxic or do, are mean words about their appearance. Talking about their weight, their hair, the way that the children are dressed. Some of the things that we say to our children which are damaging aren't even meant to be that way. We don't mean to say hurtful things, but nonetheless, they can be very damaging to them. Talking about the way your child is dressed or their appearance is never okay, and it can damage them for years to come. Another thing that some toxic parents can do is to make selfish wishes. And these can be, I wish you were never born. I wish you were a different child. These statements can determine a child's sense of self and identity, and they can be damaging for the rest of their lives. Another thing that some toxic parents say to their children or do are making remarks about their behavior. I don't like the way you talk. I don't like the way you walk. Why are you walking like that? You're so weird. These again are very damaging and toxic, and I hope that you can stop them if you find yourself saying those to your children. Another thing is, and this is also very, it depends on the culture, it can be cultural. A lot of families compare their children, compare them to their cousin, compare siblings to one another. So making healthy comparisons is damaging to the children. It can make the child feel that they will never be good enough. And also comparing siblings to one another can cause resentment, jealousy, and it just doesn't create a healthy bond between your children. Another thing that can be toxic if you're saying this to your child is making them feel like a burden. Saying things like, it's so hard to take care of you. You cost me so much money. This can make your child hide even some of their basic needs and wants because they're afraid that they are costing you too much and that they're a burden on you. As parents, it's our responsibility to make available many things to our children. It's our responsibility to feed them, clothe them, put a roof over their head, to buy them things, to make them have fun, take them places that they can have fun, and all of those things can cost money, and it is never the child's fault or their responsibility to know about it. It's good to let them know that things cost money and for them to have appreciation, but when certain parents are constantly telling their children that every little thing that really is the parent's responsibility, letting the child know that this is costing me too much money and making the child feel that there's such a burden, that's where we draw the line. Another toxic and unhealthy thing that a parent can say or do is to make empty promises. Telling your child, if you do this, I'm going to take you here, and never taking them. Or if you were supposed to go somewhere with them and you couldn't, telling them that you're going to do it later, and that later never comes. This not only breaks the child's trust, they feel betrayed, but it also makes them feel that they cannot trust anyone. It just creates that lack of trust in general in them because the person that they're supposed to trust the most, the parent, is constantly breaking their promises. So who else can they trust in the future? Another very upsetting thing and toxic thing is to be and use verbally abusive words and statements. These damage a child's self-esteem. It's important that parents encourage their children and allow them to believe in themselves and make them believe in themselves, not to put them down and say negative remarks. And finally, threatening to leave a child. If your child is not behaving or being a good listener, telling them that you're going to leave, getting up and leaving out of the house for hours on end, not letting them know that you're going to be returning. Sometimes it's okay to communicate, let the child know, I'm really upset right now. I need some time to myself. Going to your bedroom, going to the car, taking a drive, that's okay. But in a moment of anger, without the child knowing where you're going or if and when you'll be back, getting up, leaving, and leaving the child feeling completely vulnerable and confused as to what just happened is extremely damaging and toxic. That again is going to leave that child feeling very insecure and unable to trust any future relationships. So childhood is an essential part of all of our lives. Childhood builds our personalities, our behaviors, and our beliefs. So let's fill them with lots of happy days. Until next time, this is Nikki with Togetherness TV. Take care.
Togetherness Media. Togethernessmedia.com